Welcome to Ascension Parish Coffee Talk, a weekly show where I talk about nothing but Ascension Parish. My name is Kristina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer for Ascension Parish. This week, we were very fortunate to meet up with David Torrens. He's the associate conductor for the Baton Rouge Symphony Orchestra. He also runs a program called the Louisiana Youth Orchestra, and he's going to tell us all about it. So let's get started. Hi, I'm here with my good friend, David Torrens, and he's going to be talking with not just the people of Ascension Parish, but a lot of the surrounding areas about the Louisiana Youth Orchestra. My daughter is a member there, and I just thought it'd be great information for people that had children who do play an instrument, but didn't know that there is a source for them to actually play in concerts. So could you tell us a little bit about the youth orchestra?
Yeah, so the Louisiana Youth Orchestra program has been around since about 1985, and we're an educational program of the Baton Rouge Symphony Orchestra. And we service students all, not only in Baton Rouge, but also from Denham and Zachary and Gonzales and all the surrounding communities, including Baton Rouge. Students come from all over to play with us. And we service about 170 students right now. We've got 4 different age levels. So if you have a student who's a very beginning string player and they're looking for a place to start playing an orchestra, we have a group for that.
Right.
It's basically 2nd grade through 5th grade. And then if you have a budding middle school student, which is usually where people start playing instruments anyways, we've got a whole middle school full orchestra. When I say full orchestra, that means all the strings, violins, violas, cellos, basses, and then all the winds that are in an orchestra, which are flutes, clarinets, oboes, bassoons, horns, trumpets, trombones, tuba, and then of course percussion. So the middle school orchestra is a full orchestra, and they meet also every week, just like all the other groups. And then you move on from that group into the high school group, which is the one that I actually conduct and work with. And we have students in high school, and some even in college. So by the time you go through our whole program, you've been in there for about 12 years, and you've had 12 years of music making and training and doing all these things. And then you get to the high school group, and it's just like a whole new level. And Aubrey's in the high school group.
My daughter just moved to the high school group, and she's like, her eyes are wide, and she's so excited for this year. So where did the concerts, where people wanted to see a concert, where are they normally performing?
Yeah, so we've performed all over the city in the past, but in the past couple of years, we've been performing at the home of the Baton Rouge Symphony, which is the Baton Rouge River Center Theater. It's downtown. It's on St. Louis Street. And it's the finest theater in town to play at. If the symphony plays there, the shell gets set up for us, and it's just like the Baton Rouge Symphony concerts. And we perform 3 concerts a year, typically on Sundays, so it's not a school night. Everybody can come. Tickets are only $5, I believe, to come to our concerts.
Right.
It's a really inexpensive way to show your kids, your family, seeing their peers playing on stage. And our program is really centered around encouraging, nurturing. It's a really non-competitive environment. I mean, there's an audition process, but the audition process is necessary to place you where you're going to be successful. But again, we're trying to nurture and grow and encourage people to grow on their instruments. So that's what we're about.
I know that the season has already started for this year. Is it too late for kids to try out? I mean, I don't think it's too late. You can still get them to...
It's not. It just depends on where our openings are. So in the high school group, I have 96 kids this year, and I really... There's maybe 1 or 2 spots that are open. Like if you have a high school bassoon player, we're missing 1 bassoon player.
Okay.
But all of my other sections, honestly, are so full. I can probably take more strings, but like in the high school and college group, there's not a lot of room. We have some openings in our middle school orchestra, and again, that's a full orchestra with strings, winds, and percussion. We have openings in that group, and they meet on Monday evenings from 5:30 to 6:45 at the LSU School of Music. So there are definitely openings. If you want to get in contact with me, my email is dtorns@brso.org, and I'd be happy to put you in contact with that conductor and get you an audition set up. So it's never too late. Just because we've started doesn't mean that we can't somebody can't jump in.
Right.
And we literally just started, so
Right.
there's plenty of time before our first concert. It's not till November.
You guys have a website as well. So what is that website?
We're on the Symphony's website.
Okay.
We have our own kind of page. It says LYO, or Louisiana Youth Orchestra. There's links there to our schedule, to our rosters, to information about our program. I highly recommend visiting our Facebook page, which is, again, Louisiana Youth Orchestras, and there's a lot of video on there, so you can see some of our past performances. It kind of showcases what our students are doing if they've accomplished something outside of the youth orchestra program in music. You'll see them there. So, you can visit that as well.
Well, I know it's a great program, and my daughter's enjoyed it all the way from kindergarten to now in the high school years. And I just really wanted to share that with everybody here in Ascension Parish. And I appreciate your time today, David.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling us about it.
Absolutely. And I have to say, Ascension Parish, a lot of my kids come from that area, from the Walker Denham, Dutchtown High, East Ascension High, all those schools. And they have terrific band programs and music educators there. So there's no wonder why all the band programs are so strong. And you'll notice there aren't very many orchestra programs really anywhere in Baton Rouge, including the surrounding communities. Everybody's got a band, but not a lot of orchestras, so this is the place to go if you want to be in the orchestras.
Right, so if you have a child that's playing the violin and they just don't have a home in their home school, they can always come right here to the Louisiana Youth Orchestra. It's a great program, and I appreciate your time again today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'd like to say a very special thank you to David Torrens for taking the time to speak to all of us about the wonderful program of the Louisiana Youth Orchestra. I know from personal experience, my daughter has had a wonderful time there. If you'd like a home close to the Louisiana Youth Orchestra, you can always visit my website at yourrealestatewhisperer.com. My name is Kristina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer for Ascension Parish. And I tell you all this because you matter.
This is Coffee Talk with Kristina Smallhorn.
That's not how this goes.